bottom, it's normally the story that comes with that. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you just remember some good shit. Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottom podcast.
It is the Bottom of the Bottle Show. I'm Jay Walking the Third. As my co-host, my brother, my partner, them. Carolina Dirt 803. What's good with you?
Ain't shit. It's the Hummmpday happy I tap it, but I'm here for it.
Man, it's a weird place to be, man. It is the day or a couple of days after Memorial Day. It's 75 beautiful degrees because they're keeping the slavery out the air right now. I don't know how to act right now.
Boy, that slavery, boy, I can feel it though. Like I can sense all the ancestors about to be like, boy, you hot out here.
Boy, you hot out here. You ain't lie. You ain't lie, man. Look, it been kind of crazy, man. Miami pulled off a hell of a game the other night. Sent Boston to the crib.
Hey, Jimmy Butler been telling y'all that for years. Ever since he was in Chicago, he was like, in the right setup, he gonna make it work.
Okay, I don't even know that that's the right setup is the thing.
Yeah, I mean, ain't no ball holes. Like he the only one that go in the paint, and ain't no ball holes.
True that. Well, you know what time it is, man. What we do here at the Bottom of the Bottle, man. We try to bring y'all extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. This gentleman that we bringing up, he is a consummate professional, man. If you check his bio, he been at this thing 10 plus years. Videographer, award-winning videographer, work with the likes of Quality Control, just a countless number of people in the hip-hop industry, man. I'll let him do his own name drops, man. But for right now, let's bring in Glass by Chop. Okay, I'm trying to bring Glass by Chop in. There you go. Y'all excuse my
You got him?
I'm sure. If you can get to him, go ahead.
There we go.
All right. So
What's
again,
going on, fella?
Hey, shit. Oh, there go his acting up.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's him with that. I ain't gonna talk shit about his phone and his service because you know that normally be me. But Glass by Chop, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Appreciate y'all, boys, man.
Hey, ain't nothing to it, man. I met you. Kryptonite introduced me to you at Southern Plug Awards. He was like, man, that dude right there be putting in work, and I was like, well, shit, I definitely got to get in touch with him.
Word. Appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate that too, man. And I got to keep my word. I said, we're going to work. Let's work, bro. That's just how I am, bro.
Well, you know, that go back to the conversation we were having off screen about networking, man. I appreciate you you showing some love and holding to your word. Because we booked this about, 3-4 weeks ago. You know, people fall off. They be forgetting about stuff, but I appreciate you sticking to it.
Yeah, man. That's how you get ahead, man. Keep your word, bro.
And you stay busy with a lot of professionals, so you know, as an up and coming, you know, platform, we not as big as some of the other ones, but you kept your word, so you know that's kudos to you.
Well, appreciate that.
All right, so we got this thing called First Call. So First Call is my brother do 5 questions, I do 5 questions, but since he ain't here, he may tap in. It's just random questions, just how you feel. Ain't nothing to hold, you know, go deep in thought with. So
okay.
The first one I'm gonna say, who your favorite villain of all time?
Favorite villain of all time? Shit, I ain't never thought about that. I'm gonna go with the Joker. Shit, that nigga come all kind of ways, man.
Which Joker? If you
From
was
Batman,
thinking,
from Bat.
Yeah, which Batman?
I can't decide. Just the whole character, period.
Just the whole character?
Yeah.
All right. So, what's worse on a female, jacked up feet or jacked up teeth?
Shit, jacked up teeth. Shit. Yeah.
So you can get by the feet. You can put shoes on the feet. You ain't worry about
yeah,
the feet.
yeah. I ain't got to see your feet all the time. For real.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Who's worse? Who's worse? They kind of in the same field. A news anchor or a sports analyst?
I said news anchor because they got to deliver false news to the masses. A sports analyst, they going off of statistics and different things like that.
They still be lying too, though.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah,
some of them be in their feelings.
All right. Number 4, your favorite theme park of all time? Like, is it Disney World, Six Flags, Kings Mountain?
I'll say Carowinds, man. Shit.
Okay, you gonna ride up the street? Right up the street.
Yeah, man. I'm keeping Carolina, bro.
That's what's up. And since you from Charleston, give me one spot a tourist should visit, but it's not one of those big main attractions.
Bertha's Kitchen. Go to Bertha's Kitchen, get some good food. That's the hub. That's all the people come at, man.
Okay. I appreciate that. Hey, that was my 5. My brother got 5.
Okay, man. We're gonna try to keep it real light, man. Favorite car you ever owned in your lifetime? What car was it that you hate that you lost?
Man, my first car, Plymouth Grand Fury. That was my first car.
Ooh, shit. Yeah, that's classic. God damn.
Yeah, man. I bought my first car. I bought cash when I was about 19 years old.
Favorite breakfast cereal growing up?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. I like my Marvel shit because I like the superhero shit. You've seen all the superheroes. What would your power be? What would you do if you could invoke the power of any kind of X-Men DC character? Who would you be?
Who I be or what kind of power what I want?
Either or, whatever you're more comfortable answering.
If I had the power, it just read people's mind. For real.
You about the second person.
Nah, reading minds is where it's at, because you can do a lot when you know what you know.
Exactly, for real.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Okay. Favorite pair of kicks all time. You keep going back to them.
The fair pair of kicks. I wear a lot of Aldo shoes, honestly.
What is Aldo shoes? I'm tripping.
Yeah, Aldo. It's like this. They look like it's like.
Yeah, he froze up that time.
Okay, I got to look up Aldo shoes. That's the first time I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you say, Chop, you froze up a little bit? What was you saying?
I said they comfortable and they still got like a designer look to them.
Okay. I feel you on that because I ain't gonna lie, because I used to give motherfuckers hell about them Crocs till I put my own feet in them.
Oh, word.
Yeah. They still ugly as shit, but I know why motherfucker wear them. Last question for me. I always like to see where people at, man. You got a white room. You got 3 chairs. One of the chairs yours. You got 2 empty chairs. Who that's not here with us, that means they passed away, that's not your family, would you want to have a conversation with?
You said family-wise?
Not your family.
Oh, not my family? It can be, shit, it can be anybody?
It can be anybody.
I'll say Albert Einstein.
That's a first.
And I would say Marvin Gaye. Yeah, just to get some of that. Yeah, word. Yeah,
Marvin Gaye, my hero, cuz like I said, I wish I could sing. I don't even know the name of the documentary, cuz, but Marvin Gaye is laying down on the couch with his microphone sounding fucking studio quality album, half-ass doing this, you know what I'm saying, doing the song. Marvin Gaye was a beast, man. He was gone too soon. We don't know what we would have got from him.
Yeah, man.
and how hip hop would have embraced him.
I think he would have. I think he would have went through
Yeah.
the. I think he would have went through like the Charlie Wilson stage. You remember when Charlie Wilson was like on everybody's shit? I
Yeah,
think
if
he
you
would have
need
happened
a
like
hook, cause Marvin Gaye
yeah,
probably gonna be the dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my first question out the box is, I kind of want to follow in the footsteps of always liking cameras, always liking visuals and things like that. What brought you to the business that you in currently?
Actually, I started out managing artists, and once I was a managing artist, I had bought some camera equipment thinking we was gonna outwork everybody. But what happened was nobody didn't want to work, so I'm stuck with like $3,500 worth of camera equipment.
Ooh,
So our relationships I already had, as far as promoters and club owners, I just started doing work for them, just help build their clubs and build their brands up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the promoters who big in the city of Columbia and a couple other places, I was with them from the start, helping them build their brands up.
That's what's
okay.
up. So who was your early people that you was managing, just in case they still doing music?
Oh, they ain't doing music no more. Yeah, one of them, he's a photographer now though, but he dope with it though.
Okay, you want to shout them out or you keep it to
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah, man named Lewis Pruitt.
Okay, okay. So when you had all this equipment, like what you said you wanted to outwork everybody. Like in your terms, what's outworking everybody?
I mean, to where we ain't have to outsource for no videos, we can better drop virals, everything that we needed to do. Just put out content. You know what I'm saying? Put out content at will.
Yeah, like that, like me and my brother, like it's just the two of us doing all this shit. Like like that's the hard part. You know, you look at other teams winning, and you be like, damn, well, it's about 4 or 5 of them, or 5 or 6 of them, or it's 2 of them, but they got a dude in the back that got all the money. Like it's hard. Just work a lot of stuff. Like
Hmm
what was your toughest battle?
Just building up, meet new people, just getting people to believe in your brand. Really, honestly.
There you go. That's the real struggle. That's the real struggle.
Yeah, cause like I tell a lot of people, I'm like, bro, when I first started out, I was just getting paid like $20 to $40 just in gas money to do what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
When did it catch on? Like when did it become okay? When did it turn from, damn, I done spent all this money, so I might as well use this shit to, okay, now it's starting to make sense.
Yeah, when more people just kept on requesting me, you know what I'm saying, and they see my work ethic, and I was still traveling back then too, so that was the main thing. They kept seeing me moving around and dealing with certain people, so it started picking up from there.
About to say, 'cause like I said, I said it before we went live. Like you be moving, so I know that shit. You probably even moving even more with less finances back then than you are now. There's less people
Yeah,
to move now than back
yeah,
then.
yeah. Because back then, now it's like more. I get paid for my travel and everything like
Yeah,
that. Now, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you ain't got to say the amount though, cuz when did you get that bag or that check that was like, shit, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, when I did like my first tour, the first Gucci Man tour with the label I was working with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
How was that being Gucci?
It was cool, bro. Like I honestly I met him before I started working with the label I was with. I met him through his brother. He got a brother named called Throwback. A lot of people don't know that, you know what I'm saying? So I met him through his brother when we was in Atlanta. When I used to be in Atlanta a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Was that on that tour? Because you know the type of shit that people be into, especially in the industry. Was it like you got designated times to pull this camera out? Was people approaching you like, hey,
Yeah, I mean, just once we like the artist I was on tour with, um, yeah, the artist I was on tour with, and then once we go to the shows and stuff, I just whip out the camera, catch the footage, catch Gucci on stage, and then some of the other feature acts he would have like in different cities and stuff like that also. So I just grab what I grab and just what I mean, catch everything I can catch really. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
Man, I would have been there like, where the bitches at? Where the bitches?
Yeah, man, it
You
was
can't
plenty of
get paid
that.
like that.
Yeah, it
So
was plenty of that though.
so when you got put on, we're gonna take it back to the John Moran shit. Like when you got put on, what your homeboys think that wasn't grinding like you? Like they was your homeboys, but they didn't really see all your grind, but they like the exposure you was getting.
Yeah, it was like man, like cause like honestly, like the backup song, I started out as an artist, so and then like the people who I was with back then, I used to tell them, I said, man, look, it's like five of us. Why are we not traveling to Colombia and different things like that? This one gas was like 99 cents a gallon. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm like, bro, it didn't make no sense. And I was like the youngest. I was the youngest person out the crew. So, but I was the one always going, getting us shows and radio play, different things like that in Charleston. So I already know I had something to where I wasn't scared to go out, meet people, network, and try to goddamn put myself in position. So I knew then. And so after I left the group, nobody. After I left that group, and I left to go to Virginia. Then I moved to Columbia. They ain't been doing nothing. I was still the one making moves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
So
that's
what
how.
do what do you say? What do you say relating to John Morant? Like just throwing that in there, like about his partners compared to you and your partners. Like, is that similar? Like the partners, did they let you get a big head or anything like that?
No, everybody said they proud of me, and they're like, man, I wish I would have stuck with it like you
Yeah,
did. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what's up.
basically it. Yeah.
See, that's what's dope. Like if you're not gonna add to what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Um, don't stand in the way and don't hate. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I watch a lot of podcasts and things as we kind of taking this journey and doing what we doing. And
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Clark of the Pivot, he just won an Emmy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And that's not something that I would have necessarily called for him, based on, like he's been around ESPN a lot. So when it comes to those accolades, you know what I'm saying? One of the things that they talked about as they was giving them love is we don't take the time. It's always dick riding. Oh man, goddamn, cuz let that nigga be, man. He doing his thing or whatever, but you ain't gotta be up. Like, we don't take the time to show each other love and give people they flowers,
Mm-hmm.
when they here. So right now, as you moving around about the cabin, you finally thriving in this shit. Did that stay true for you? Did that small circle still, like you say, hold you down and speak highly of you?
Yeah, like some of the people I rock with now, I've been rocking with them for like 10 plus years right now since I basically started out. The ones I'm really tight with.
For sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's the goal for you? Like Glass by Chop, like is that something that you want to expand, or you feel like for right now you good working it the way you work it?
Man, I want to put the glass by chop look on everything, bro. Shit, that's my goal. Movies, TV shows, music videos, whatever. That's my whole goal. I want to have eventually get a production studio. That's what I'm working on now. And I got like 2 movies I'm gonna be shooting soon, so I'm about to be into movies in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a big plus. Definitely a big
Absolutely.
plus. Yeah.
How you
So
came up with the name?
I came up with the name because this something trying to be something different because everybody was saying shot by, filmed
Yeah,
by, I'm sorry, stuff like that. So I was like, man, I got to come up with something that's different. So I used to tell a lot of people, man, you need to step in front of this glass. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept that word. I just kept that word going, and just freaked it out a little bit and make it stick, something unique.
yeah, that's what's
And it
up.
is, and it's a dope tag. So
Yeah,
I definitely fuck with that.
Yeah, and then on top of that, just keeping the brand, the look that represents the brand is what it is. Because everybody said, man, your shit look glass for real. So yeah,
For
I,
sure,
I
for
was about
sure.
to ask you. I was about to ask you about your brand. Like, how hard was it for you to solidify your brand?
It's hard, bro. Like I told
Yeah.
people, I told a lot of people who starting out. I said, bro, it took me damn near 6 years just to even start getting nominated for awards. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up.
yeah,
And that's a real thing. Like I tell people, like nowadays, everybody want to do the podcasting thing, and I tell them, you know what I'm saying. One, it's not as hard to get into it as you think it is, but two, are you prepared for having to be consistent? Because no matter what, like we've been at this thing for a long time, and we get the support that we get. We got people that do want to help us out. They do give us, good feedback and support, good, bad, or indifferent on what we're doing. But I already knew it from the beginning that it don't just take off overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on the days that it got hard for you, what kept you going?
Just understanding that logic you just said, it ain't gonna come easy for you in the beginning.
Yeah,
just understanding that, because the same thing I used to preach to artists. I'm like, this, you're not gonna have no overnight success, especially if you start studying some of the greats like Rick Ross. It took him damn near 10 years for him to pop.
Okay.
I like you did that. I like you brought Ross in there because everybody being Ross about the correction officer and the fake life and all that. But when it comes down to it, it's the consistency in which he puts out a product, whether it be the music, whether it be the videos, whether it be the brand, whether it be the Wingstop or the checkers. Like, you can't just keep saying he a corrects officer and he's fat. Like, give that man credit for his consistency and his work ethic, whether it's him or whether it's his team. That's the brand.
Exactly.
So and you got to stop acting like hip hop ain't been the WWE since the beginning. He ain't the only actor.
But that's what I'm saying. You love your Al Pacinos and your Denzels, but then you hold your rappers to a higher regard and being true to who they are. Like they act the same. Like my brother said, if you like Hulk Hogan, you know the wrestling fake, but you can't fast, but not somebody else.
Word. And then I used to tell people too, like shit, them same people be pillow talking, ratting every day to a female.
True that. We all human. We all human. And that's the weakest you're gonna be when you cuddle up next to somebody naked and soft.
Yeah, so when you shooting these rapper videos of people that's in the industry, and they ain't got the budget because they try to ask you for a cut, a price cut. So you turn the side eye and you be like, man, come on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you flexing and flossing straight up.
Yeah.
You be surprised, bro. All I'm saying, you be surprised, bro. You be surprised. You'd be very surprised.
And do some of the artists do they try to take over on your job when shooting a video? And does that kind of make you mad, or does that give you a teaching point?
No, it'd be the people they entourage think they the goddamn directors.
Oh wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how you handle them?
I just tell them I got this, bro. Don't worry about it.
Get your ass up the way.
Get the fuck on, man.
Buy you a camera if you want to do this shit. They call me because you ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the type of shit. And that's what we deal with every day, man. Like, ultimately, me and my brother had the pleasure of shooting a small movie, an independent film with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? And to kind of see what goes into that. Like, are you going to keep it to where they bringing you the story and you directing it, or you thinking about writing and creating your own stuff?
Actually, I got a series I want to put out. It's about snitching. Honestly, it's a series I want to put out. I want to call it The Streets is Snitching. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still trying to put it together.
Okay. You got to give us some background on that. We're going to have to bring you back to get some background on that. That sounds a little interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, bro, because it's the same thing a lot of people claim they ain't doing, but they are doing. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know who doing what. So I wanted to be such like an expense to where it's going to be like, you gonna see things happen, but you're not gonna know who the one who told it. Why? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be something like that.
Because there's way more motherfucking telling than ain't telling. But you know what? That ain't even true. Yeah. I'm gonna say it like this, man. And I don't know for the people, like, we're gonna come off of this interview for a second and just have a conversation. It's 2023, cuz. If you live in a moderately sized city, you on camera probably 32 times a day on average. It's like, right. Besides you going to social media and telling on yourself, it's hard to get away with anything in the world these days. So
exactly.
Is it the intelligence of the person? Is it the crime or our? I think more people tell on themselves than people tell on them.
Yeah, because everybody chasing clout. That's what it is.
Okay.
So, what do you think? You still there, Chop?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. Somebody was trying to call.
So, what do you think? What do you think is worse, the chasing the clout or the snitching? And just in your opinion.
I think chasing the clout, really, because they snitching on themselves during the process.
Yeah, so it's like one and the same then, ain't it?
Yeah, because I'm like, you gonna say you done shot so many people, you scamming, you doing this and that. So like you making it easy for the law enforcement to do their job.
You doing their job for them. I've been saying that, cuz.
They had 2 Chainz on an interview a while back. As 2 Chainz about, we always talk about free so and so and free so and so. The 2 Chainz, like, some of the niggas need to stay in jail. If you got 3-4 bodies on you, you don't need to be out on the street.
Depending on what you got them bodies for, you got them right.
So you got to think. If you got daughters and stuff, do you really want that killer that you know a killer on your street block?
Exactly. But I'm gonna say this too though, like I'll be talking to people about this right here too. Like, you know how a lot of people be protesting when certain things happen, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't see them same people protesting in them neighborhoods when it's our people against our people. You feel what I'm saying?
Man, when they talked about it, so you're about a little boy getting shot on Park Lane Road at the gas station.
Sir Matt. Carmack.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, they done vandalized the gas station and they looted the gas station. And Leon Lott was like, what does the beer do? Y'all stole the beer. Like, basically, how does that help the situation? We got the guy that did it, and y'all still ransacked the store and stole beer.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's stuff I still wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you do that? But at the same time, you got Pookie done shot such and such, son, or whatever. But y'all not handling that. You ain't going to their house and surrounding it and trying to get justice.
Yeah, I've been kind of like ever since the Trayvon shit, like the fact that nothing happened, and I'm not advocating for somebody to go do George Zimmerman some shit, but I really felt some kind of way about that man just being able to live his life and try to thrive off of that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, it's just weird. Like, I think we making leaps and bounds as a people in terms of the amount of education that we get and the things that we waking up on. People are starting more businesses. People are, investing in themselves. They buying life insurance and things like that. But you always gonna have that, just like you always gonna have that certain group of what you call them, crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Them townhouses, you know what I'm saying? You always gonna have that certain group that's gonna be who they are.
Yep,
We're gonna always have that percentage in our group that's gonna be who they are.
Yeah, facts.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So as my brother said, we always talk about it. Since you always face to face with people, how'd you make it through the pandemic? Like, what'd you do to get through the pandemic because you recording people?
Man, honestly, it really picked up. Actually, Pandit was good because everybody was getting that PPP money,
PPP,
bro.
like everybody
Okay.
should be.
Like for real, I couldn't get it, but shit, I was getting it through the artists.
Yeah. So you was masked up. I would have put a mask on the camera too. You ain't touching none of
Mm,
my shit.
yeah, yeah, that definitely was it. But yeah, I ain't miss a beat, honestly, bro. Real
That's
talk.
what's happening. And a
Nigga
lot of
was,
people, like I said, a lot of people through the pandemic, they did, like I said, some of them used their PPP loans to set themselves free.
mm-hmm.
And of course, you had a bunch of people that scammed.
Yep,
At the
yep.
point that it's picking up for you like that, like, did it ever affect you in an adverse way? You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome.
Like personally, you don't have to give a personal testimony, but
Yeah,
personally, because for me, it was a down period mentally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It was just really seeing how people gonna thrive when you really test it. You know what I'm saying? How your character really gonna be when it's time for you to really get tested in times like that.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really what it was. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, even during what they say is supposed to be a recession, you know what I mean? It's let you see how people, okay, are you morally gonna stand for something, or you just trying to get it how you live and not respect the next man, you know what I'm saying? For what they already got, you trying to take from him.
Okay,
So
because they
so
definitely trying to
has
do
it
that.
yeah, so has anybody ever took from you when it comes to your style of shooting or anything
Yeah,
that you
they
do signature wise?
Yeah, it did. Like before, like when I was gun ho with my look, the glass by chop look, a lot of people was doing like they video was looking kind of cloudy and all these crazy effects. Cause like me, my goal is I won't say mimic, but my aim is to where the top videographers ahead of me who's shooting Jay-Z videos, DJ Khaled videos, you know what I'm saying? When I look at those videos are high, clean quality videos. You see what I'm saying? Those are the videos that make it onto the TV screen on your MTV jams and different things like that. So that was always my mindset. I'm like, you know what? I'm out here stressing about these jokers doing all these crazy effects and these over color graded videos or whatever. But when I look at my favorite artists, their videos look high production. You feel me?
Okay, so let me ask you this: for somebody that's thinking about doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
coming to, or we in a time now where that's really what everything is about now is content and what you can do visually.
Mm-hmm.
You said you jumped out there with $3,500 worth of stuff. If
Yeah.
somebody is on a budget trying to do what you trying to do, what type of camera are you telling them to go get?
They can start with a T7i. I started out with a T3i when I actually started really getting into it what I'll tell you about that $3,500 worth of equipment. It was
Right,
like a T3i camera. Like right now they can get like a T6i, T7i. You know, it may not shoot 4K, but at least it's high quality 1080, something you
right.
can really put out there. You feel what I'm saying? Something so cause my thing is don't get a camera you don't know nothing about without learning the settings first. So that was my thing, learning the settings of how to really operate the camera in different situations. Then you can start maximizing going to a 4K, 6K camera and buying lightings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
Indeed.
what's because you already know these rappers and even podcast people like us. Like,
Mm.
what's the best low price camera and what's that price range like? Because you know when rappers come to you and want to do stuff, they be like, "Man, I don't want the best. I don't want the next to the best, but give me something."
See, where the
Yeah.
meat at?
Yeah.
I mean, like a medium camera, like you can spend like a good. I mean, honestly, bro, it don't really matter too much to the camera. It's about the creativity and you creating that look.
Okay. That's kind of where
Honestly,
I'm going at. That's kind of where I was going
yes,
at.
yeah. So it's all about really creating a look for yourself because if you know how to work, like I said, it's all about learning the settings of the camera, learning some lighting, and coming up with a look that people going to gravitate to.
All right. So we had a viewer ask. Let's say
But
a person's on a very strict budget, like 300.
okay, then you can go get you an old T3i, T6i camera, something like that, a Canon. You probably get one off of eBay or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You can get one of those and rock out, like for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you had $300, I would say you can go buy you like a T3i or something like that, T4i, T5i for about $250 off of eBay with the lens, and spend $50 and get you some kind of lighting, because that's your main thing. The
Said
camera
for
and some of the
$300, what you need to do is get $300 more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can flip that $300 with that camera and that light and go make you a couple $100 more and start adding on to your equipment. You know what I mean? That's what I did. 'Cause like my thing is, I wasn't when I started making it, I wasn't just going out trying to spend it on clothes and unnecessary stuff. I was invested in like, well, man, I need to
Right
go
back
ahead and
into the
buy.
business.
Yeah, I need to go buy. I want to buy this equipment. I want to buy these lighting. I want to buy this type of lens. You know what I'm saying? So I got lenses from $800 to $1,500, almost $2,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to spend for the quality that you're looking to put out there.
Tell us about the lenses and their importance and the differences in the lenses.
Well, you got like cinema lenses where they use like the big boy cameras. You got lenses that go all the way up to damn near shit $30,000, bro. Like, yeah, you got lenses that's up there. Them anamorphic lenses, cinema lenses, stuff they use on movies. Then you got your regular uh, photo lenses. You know what I mean? You can get one, the quality you may be looking for. You can go start from like $200 on up. So it's like it's all about the range that you will, the range that your budget allows you to get. But they got lenses up there, bro. Like they got a lot of lenses that up there. But if you want like cinema lenses, or they good because they good in low light and it give you a certain type of look. Then you got your zoom lenses. Like say you got a lens that's say from 24 to 70, so you got a range of 24 millimeters to 70 millimeters, and in between that you can get like a 24 millimeter lens, a 35 millimeter lens, a 50, maybe like a 50, 65, and then like a 70. That's like all the ranges you'll be able to get out that one lens. Then you got your prime lenses. They just like one focal length. So you may get like a 50 millimeter lens. That's the only focal length that it goes to. Or a 24 millimeter lens. That's the only focal length that it goes to. But it gives you a certain type of look and it's better in low light situations.
So again, people, like, I think the importance of what we're talking about, like we talking about, of course, the equipment that's going to come along with
What
what
about
you're trying to do with
iPhones?
your content. But
Yeah.
this man is not just speaking numbers. He's speaking from a place of taking the time to learn and respect the craft. We all want to
Yeah.
jump in and we all
Yeah. I
want to
see.
be experts from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I see somebody saying about iPhones. I mean, you can use iPhones too if you know how to color grade and create a look, because it's like big film directors. They done shot some stuff on iPhones, but they know how to actually work they know how to work color grading and getting that look. They know how to do the composition and stuff like that. So some people when they use iPhones, it look like an iPhone. Then some people when they shoot an iPhone, it look like them shot with a camera. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just got to know what you're doing with it.
So are you using Windows or are you using Mac for editing?
MacBook, yeah,
Okay.
MacBook Pro, yeah, MacBook Pro.
What program are you using?
Uh, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, stuff like that.
Adobe
Okay.
been around, they've been in clutch for the last few years when it comes to studio and music. They've been in that corner pretty heavy.
Yeah, yeah, Adobe been around for a minute, wasn't it?
So so when you do videos or movies or whatever you're doing, do it feel good to you when you have somebody that want to learn from you while you
Yeah,
doing it, or is it one
yeah,
of the things where you be like, man, get off my back, let me finish this, and then I'll answer your question.
yeah. The second one, like it's either like right now, it's like some video up and coming videographers. They'll ask me for pointers or whatever like that. I don't hold my nuts on them, but I told them I said the glass by chop look is like KFC secret recipe though. You know what I mean? But I'm a still got they're gonna put you on what you may need to learn as far as learning the certain your aperture, ISO, and frame rates and stuff like that. Just the basics that get you rolling. And then I told them I said you got to go figure out what's going to be your look. So that's the thing. I can't help you with that. That's something you got to figure out.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that's dope, man. And the fact that you at least have something to say, like you say, a lot of people want to grab the information, and let's not be crazy about this. We got to stop taking shortcuts. The information that he's giving you is a starting point. You feel me? This is not to say, oh man, Chop told me this. He also told you to go read that shit. He also told you to go find Yola. So don't don't try to shortcut it like we try to do. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely good information as far as economics on getting started, the types of things that you need. Out of all the equipment you got, what's your most prized possession? If it's not in the bag, shit about to go bad.
Shit, the camera. The camera, honestly, shit.
Okay, outside of the camera.
Outside of the camera, shit, the memory card. You ain't got that memory card. Ain't nothing going down.
Okay.
So do you pack your own bags, or you got like a little cuz or somebody that pack your like on your trips when you going out of town?
I pack everything, bro.
Okay. Now you hear about people they got out of town, be like they had to set or whatever, like damn, bro, I forgot my shit, and they got people with them, but like you supposed to remind me of all this other stuff. So that's why I asked you.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I try to see. I'm kind of like a gearhead, and I like to have stuff organized. So I try to make sure my stuff be ready like the night before or whatever like that. So when I walk out that door, I ain't trying to fumble and bumble and think what I'm missing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I always try to be on time. It's like with y'all podcast, I try to be on prompt on time because me and my partner, DJ LJ, we should do a open mic Carolina Plug showcase like a few years ago, and we should try to teach artists about time management, like being on time, because once you become a professional and you start going up in the ranks, people are gonna start judging you off of the way you take it serious being your time manager. Time management. Are you going to show up on time for an interview? Are you going to show up on time for a show or whatever?
And so it's going to start costing you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if you don't practice it now at an open mic showcase or whatever, you ain't gonna it's never gonna really embed into you that's gonna be your way of life. So that was one thing I always was dang adamant about for real. What kind of camera do you shoot with? I shoot with a Lumix GA6 right now, bro.
Okay. So when you're doing a video, let's say I got a video, I'm a rapper, I want a video. Who comes up with the concept?
It could be, it could be me or the artist. What I try to do is I try to get like the idea from the artist of what they, what the vision is, and what they do is like sometimes they might tell me one idea, then I'll formulate everything else around that idea and come up with the rest of it.
Okay, so that being said, like a beat producer, when people get in the studio and don't know what they want to do you have that part where you ready to record and they just like, and you be like, that ain't what we talked about the other day?
Yeah. It be stuff like that too. Or it'd be like their homeboys or somebody trying to add this in and add that in, like, bro, that ain't in the budget, bro. We ain't put all that together, bro. You know what I mean? You trying to add more stuff. Or it'd be like the people who come late, they want to go ahead and get their stuff fit in. I'm like, bro, we done shot the scenes to where everything was looking the way it needed to look. But if I got to backtrack just to get you shot, now you about to throw the whole look off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
and then,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like in terms of we talked about the camera you're using, the lenses, the lights, and everything. Have you incorporated your drone footage is going crazy right now? You working on drone footage too?
Yeah, I got drones, all that. Just that a lot of people they don't want to pay the extra for the drone.
I can dig it.
We got to get him a LPV7 Wi-Fi.
Oh no, that man probably getting phone calls. He probably getting to the monies.
Yeah, get to the money. Nah, we were talking about the do not disturb. He probably getting some shit.
Yeah, but with the drone though, like I be telling people, the drone is extra. A lot of them don't want to pay the extra for the drone. You know what I mean? So like I just let it be what it's gonna be. But yeah, I got a drone, all that stuff though.
Okay.
How you learn to drive the drone? Like,
So I
How
took
many
it
of them
out.
did you crash before you got good?
yeah.
None. I just took it out in an open field where ain't been no trees around and started playing with it. Really, yeah. I just took it to the most exposed area I could, and I started flying it not too high, just to get familiar with the controls. Then I started taking higher in the air and started moving around like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you because, like, a lot of rappers, I mean, we face it in the podcast game. We spoke on a little bit before about glass by chop, and that's your branding.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of these young rappers, business owners, they throw these names out there, and those names aren't branding names.
Exactly.
They're not names built for growth. Like the bottom of the bottle, we've had people turn down our show off branding, their branding purpose. Never asked us what the show is about.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to explain to them the bottom of the bottle means what's in my cup is in my cup. You can't have what's in my cup. So that's like my life.
Word.
I can't handle what's going on in your life. You might not be able to handle what's in my life. So I'm a consume what I can consume.
Word.
But they just went
Word.
off the name thinking we on here like drink champs getting drunk.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So yeah, so
Now that has happened a couple nights. Don't let them fool you.
well, yeah, it's happened a couple times. We all got drunk. But glass by chops, and you talk about branding. Like, I just think that's dope because as far as you say you want to go, you can keep your name without rebranding. So
Exactly. Yeah, true facts. Because, like I said, the thing is, like when I really started understanding marketing, so it's like McDonald's, Burger King, all those are brands. And like I tell people, especially I tell artists, you gotta understand, McDonald's didn't sell 1 billion burgers in a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It took them damn near 10, maybe 20 years to sell 1 billion burgers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like you gotta understand that process and be willing to go through that process to understand, look, for me to build this way I want, it may take me 10 years to do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta be dedicated to it. Really.
you sound like Frank Lucas. This my brand. Like Coca-Cola's a brand. Pepsi's a brand.
Got some drone flyers out there apparently, and some people ain't good with them yet.
Shout out DJ Surplus, man. Best in the solar system.
Yeah, we fuck with Surplus.
And Cherokee. That's Steve right there.
Yeah, that's Steve Cherokee right there.
Shout out Steve Cherokee. We got a dope video shoot we got coming up too with Vanessa Young, man. I got a video shoot her next month.
Okay, yeah, we had her on the show. Like we fucks with them heavy. Like I'm always sharing this stuff. It's just they was one of our big supporters when we first started. Like we met them. That's that networking shit. Like we just met them, and it was organic. So we always network with them, bring them on the show every once in a while, show them love because they always showing us love. Like so, let's get to the networking part real quick before we get out here. Just like, how do you feel about the network when you first started? The network scene in the industry when you first started compared to now. It could be local or it could be global. It's up to you how you word it.
I mean, it's to me. I think it's the same, but the thing is, you gotta go into the places where you can go network with certain people. Like I tell artists, a lot of the DJ coalition events they may have, or certain DJ record pools, or just record pools, music symposiums, award shows, anything where you got people that's coming together from all, like I said, certain award shows, certain record pools or whatever like that. You got people that's coming from everywhere. So I try to tell artists, go to those places because it's saving you gas money to travel from state to state when you got these people coming from state to state in one location.
Yeah, I mean, and that worked for you because if you tell me go network with Buddy over there, I network with Buddy. Buddy like what I'm doing. All I'm gonna say is, yeah, Buddy over there, Chop the one that did my video for that one you like, and then that's like a networking for you. So
exactly,
it kind of it's like hand in hand as far as your marketing and everything else.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Referral, word of mouth. Go back to word of mouth. Word of mouth is the best marketing tool ever, bro.
I think between that and just, I was saying that before but finesse 2 times got everybody saying the back end, getting on the back end. That's how I live like my whole life without having money is the back end. Like, bruh, I'm gonna give you this 100. I don't need it back right now. I'm gonna need it back maybe in 2 weeks. It may be in 3 weeks. It might not be the money. It might be something else. And that's how I've always done everything I've done in life. Like,
boy, that's dope.
I'm saying, like every one of my partners gonna say, like, if I buy them something to eat, the next time we go out, they'll try to pay my money. We're like, man, don't pay it. And the next time, they'll just buy me something to eat. Like, we don't. Well, I don't. And I just feel like the back end is the bartering system, which is the beginning of times. Like, people always looking for this physical, financial receipt. But you might have a talent. You have a talent of shooting videos. And let's just say, I'm not shooting nothing bad at you. Something happens where you got to kick out a lot of money, but you owe somebody. I'm the type of person, if you were to owe me and you ain't got it, hey, Chop, I know your shit legit. Give me a 45-second video for the podcast. And
I mean,
that's what people are missing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do. It's certain situations when I was first starting out doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, in order to build. See, some people ready to come out the gate want to charge an arm and a leg without building relationships. Because if you don't have relationships going to create the opportunities for you. You see what I'm saying? So if in the beginning, if I'm building a relationship with you to where I see what you're doing, and I'm like, well, you know what? At the end of it, I'm gonna say this right here. At the end of the day, when you know people who's serious, at the end of the day, somebody's gonna end up growing at what they're doing. If they're gonna have longevity, they're gonna grow. You don't know where they're gonna be at in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years if they stick with it. So it's best to get those relationships from the ground up. Cause now those people like, yeah, brother, rocking with me for the last 2-3 years. We've been doing our thing. You feel what I'm saying? So so when an opportunity come and you real with that person, who you think they gonna call? You see them? They gonna call you. They're like, oh yeah, bro, you got consistency, longevity. You've been doing it just as long as I've been doing it. So goddamn, let's rock out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send some business your way, and vice versa. I send business their way. Like real stuff. Like,
I think a lost quality is being authentic. Like, me and my brother tell people all the time, like, if you turn this camera off, you gonna see us in the street with the same vibe. Like, and it don't matter because technically you are a prestigious guest on our show.
Indeed.
So we've had several prestigious guests on our show, but if you see us in the street, it's just like, man, they them same niggas. Like, that authenticity to me is lacking. Because if I see you out in the street and Glass by Chop is out there, but he got 50 people around him. He moving like a rock star. I don't feel like that's Glass by Chop by talking to you right now. Now I understand the business side, you're so big, you need certain people and certain teammates to do that shit. But in a sense, it's just like the authenticity of the person itself. So was there a person, whether they're a celebrity or not, that disrespect you with their authenticity?
No, not that I can remember, but just that I respect people's space when I know. See, like you gotta understand too is whatever situation you in with certain celebrities, you gotta understand how they gotta move. So you can't take it personal. You see what I'm saying? So if I know like a Gucci man or something, he got his bodyguards and they trying to move, they already got their way they need to move. So I'm not gonna try to go and interfere in that when in the move. But if we able to get close to each other, we gonna dap each other up, say what's up, whatever. But in the process of them handling their business, you gotta respect how they handle their business at that moment. You feel me?
Yeah, I think that would get lost in part of the business too. Like, people be like, well, you was all good a week ago. You was good a week ago. Well, a week ago, we was on the phone sending text messages about what's supposed to happen today. Now things hoping today it's a lot more variables. But when it comes down to it, even with the variables, you catch me and my brother in the street, it's still gonna be, even with all the variables, it ain't gonna be like people variables, just that day. Like, we gonna be the same people. Like I had a
Yeah,
partner hit
yeah,
me up.
yeah.
He was like, y'all had this guest on it, y'all had that guest, but you the same person. I'd be like,
Yeah,
man,
that's the same thing people say about me. Honestly, that's what everybody say about me. Cause
yeah,
I'm like, bro, I look at, I ain't no better than nobody. It's just that I believe in what I do, and I'm gonna keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
As you should. As you should. Man, look, this hour went by real quick. We had a little technical difficulties on our side, but ultimately we delivered the message, and I think you gave people some food for thought. If this is the type of industry that they want to get into, you definitely gave me some food for thought in terms of the way me and my brother are gonna try to move going forward in
Mhm.
building the show and building our content.
Well,
So
hold on. Let me ask, like, give me 3 artists, 3 celebrities that you just love working with.
Shit, I honestly, I like, to tell you the truth, bro, I like working with the independent artists more. I do like working with the celebrity artists, bro, because I like seeing it grow from the ground up. Honestly, that's just me. That's
Okay.
just me. Yeah, I like seeing it from the ground up because that's where you get the more authenticity. We call authenticity.
Uh oh.
I'm
Uh
from
oh.
Charleston. That's
Uh
that
oh.
Charleston,
We
man.
need a
So
red alert. We need a red alert.
yeah.
We
but
need a
yeah,
red alert. This
but
motherfucker, he messed up the English language. Need a beat button. Go ahead, my bad.
but yeah, man, just that you get that hunger from independent artists, just seeing them coming up from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? So I really mess with the independency. That's why I try to go so hard on them because like once you done seen what's can be on the other side for them, I try to give them that knowledge. Like, man, look, all this money that y'all spending right now, do you understand? Once you really take yourself serious and you pop off with that one song, your life is like on easy street. Everything's basically being paid for you. You ain't got to pay for no travel no more, no hotels no more, and you getting
okay.
paid to perform. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that come on that back end once you done put that work in and you got over that hurdle. So that's why I try to like stick in there with the independent artists so hard.
Indeed, man. Well, together
Yeah,
we
we
break
need an
change. She's
independent
a
podcast.
big supporter of our show, man. She want to see you continue to go ahead and move to the top and do
I
well.
appreciate it.
And I feel the
Appreciate it.
same way, man. Like, I guess my final question before we get ready to close out, and it's always a hard question to answer. Um, what do you see over the next 5 years for Glass by Chop?
That's easy, bro. Like my mission, I don't want to be working with Tyler Perry in the next 5 years, bro. I ain't gonna
Okay,
lie. Yeah,
you better
real
say
talk.
that.
Yeah, I want to be working with Tyler. I want Glass by Chop look to be on Tyler Perry films and TV shows, bro. That's what I'm
That
on, bro.
That's what's happening, man. And ain't no way to get there but to do what you're doing, man. And I appreciate the grind. I appreciate you sharing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do better as a people as well. Is again, we don't need to put a padlock on knowledge. It's enough
Exactly.
room and enough space and enough money for everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. And let me say this too, though, to the artists that's out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to get on that road because all the artists they keep thinking I gotta go to Atlanta, I gotta go to Atlanta, or the Atlanta artists popping so much. But what they don't understand was a lot of those Atlanta artists took their talent on the road to places that don't sound like them. You see what I'm saying? That's the secret sauce a lot of artists don't understand. And I was able to prove that to an artist from South Carolina one time when I was at Big Sam from Little John, the East Side Boys. Me and him cool, so I got invited to one of his video shoots, and there was an artist from South Carolina, from Columbia, that went with me. So long story short, he performed his song on stage, and by the time the second verse came on, those independent artists from Atlanta was on stage singing his hook, bro.
Okay,
So
okay.
that right there let me know it ain't you. It ain't that y'all ain't got the music and you got your own sound. You just scared to travel to put it in the markets that don't sound like you. That's why, like your Moneybag Yo's, the Gucci Man, everybody got their own signature language, flow, sound. So if I take it and put it someplace different, it's going to stick out. You see what I'm saying? So and I was giving them an analogy to as if you see 5 people walking in the mall, 4 of them got on all black. 1 of them got on bright ass orange. Who your eyes going to go attract to the first?
For sure. For sure.
You think that's part of artist development, which ain't here?
Yeah, really, it is. Like real talk, it is. It's like them understanding you got to take your originality and don't be afraid to put it in these different markets, because people gravitate more to people who they don't know than people who they figure they do know.
Exactly. Well, look, man, it's been, again, a super dope show, man. I'm going to give you a solo, man. You can share your social media. You can be motivational. This is what we call the last call. Go ahead, man, and speak to the people.
Yeah, man, make sure y'all follow me, Glass by Chop, GlassEdBychop on Instagram. And I want y'all to just take my word push. I want y'all to really understand that word push the way I use it. Progress until success happens. Just keep on going. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep progressing until success happens. And you don't know when it's going to happen. But when it does happen, it's going to be a beautiful thing. And that's what I live by right now. You know what I mean? Just keep progressing. Yeah, man, for real. Yeah, just keep pushing. That word push, that you got to put a meaning to that word. Progress until success happens, for real.
I know that's right, man. Carolina, what you gonna tell the people?
Shit, I don't know. I like that shit. Make me want to keep pushing, bro. When we get our pushing on some damn push it to the limit or some OG Genesis, push it. We need to get up with Glass Chop so he can not rebrand us, but put us a new outfit on.
There you go.
Yeah, I put a new outfit on when we get this going. But I appreciate Glass by Chop. Like I said, I met him about 3-4 weeks ago. Homeboy DJ Kryptonite, he networked with us at the Southern Plug Awards.
Shout out Kryptonite, man.
Yeah, he did it. I went to him. I said, we got a podcast. He said he'll do it. Shit, we've been lined up. He held true to it. Got here early. Chopped it up offline, which was good. Chopped it up online, which is good. Like, all that shit got to go together. I appreciate him. Appreciate all the viewers. I was in a podcast group and somebody made a comment about shows, and I was like, yeah, we do all our live. And we include the viewers. Like, we'll take their questions and comments and put them in the show. And they were like, hey, kudos to that. They was like, because people don't do that. So, that's our shit right there. We go live all the time. That's our shit. Like, because we want the viewers to feel like they're part of the show. So, with that being said, our shows can't be scripted. Our shows can't be scripted because if she asks a question or he asks a question, we put that bitch in there.
So, that's real though.
Yeah, so I really want to thank us. We on the grind. We coming up. We got a lot of support. We got a lot of good ideas. A lot of people telling us, bro, y'all got something. We just missing something. Don't nobody know what we missing. We just missing something, but we got so many supports for us ready to take off. We was nominated for 3 podcast awards this year. We had the Southern Plug, Southern Independent, and the big one in Nashville, the Southeastern Award Show. So,
that's dope.
Yeah,
it's the content, man. Like I said, I don't even have no problems patting my brother on the back or patting myself on the back, man. When we get on here, we really try to deliver an experience, and we really try to teach people or intertwine people, connect people. You know what I'm saying? It's really a mission to stop the foolishness, that old rhetoric of black people can't work together, you can't trust them. You know what I'm saying? We all enemies of each other. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
we get on here, we talk the talk with everybody, man, and we try to connect those folks. Like I said, going back to the barter system, I might not be able to help you, but I know somebody who can.
Exactly, and that's where relationships coming at. That's what people don't understand, bro. Like, I look at everybody like this right here. I see 2 men right there, right? I see y'all 2 men, but for each one of y'all probably know at least 10 people that I can network with. A piece.
For sure.
Indeed.
And no doubt about it. And we get that from our pops, man. Our pops has always been like, he don't meet no strangers. You know what I'm saying? And he always lead with respect. He demands his respect, but he lead with respect. And that's what we just trying to put out to the people, man. you can get what you want if you know the right people, and even if you don't know the right people, you still respect the other one because they can lead you to the right person.
Word, exactly. That's real though. That's real.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
But is there anything you want to say before we get ready to get up out of here?
Yes, people just stay consistent, man. Consistency gonna win the race, man. Like I said, I take that from Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy said, it's not a race, it's a marathon for real.
Yeah. Take that.
You better know it, man. Look, this is the Bottom of the Bottle show. That's my brother, Carolina Dirt 803. Special big shout out to Glass by Chop, man. We see him working, and we want to see him keep growing. And if you need some work, man, y'all know where to find him. And if you can't find him, hit us. We'll tell you where he at. You know what I'm saying?
Stay on.
You can see me on the big screen in a little bit. You'll know how to find me in a minute.
I know that's it, right.
Stay on for a quick second when we log off.
But yeah, man, y'all go ahead, like this shit, share this shit, subscribe, all that good internet talk. But until the next time, man, this is the Bottom of the Bottle, man. Y'all be easy, man.
Where the bitches at?
When you get to the end of any bottle, it's normally the story that comes in. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry.